Welcome to MOOC's module on graphics and animation development. In this demo session, we will see how to make use of layer mask in order to remove the background of an image, and we will also learn how to make use of path tool for creating and editing the paths. So for this purpose, first of all, we will open a image file. So after opening the game software, open a file. I am going to open a bird image here. So just minimize the another file and you can see the bird file has been opened, and now we will try to remove the background of this bird by creating a layer mask. So first of all, come to the layer dialog box, click on the particular layer of bird, right click on it, and then click on option add layer mask. Add layer mask allows us non-destructive editing of transparency. So I am clicking on add layer mask, and then out of this I am clicking on first option, that is by default selected white or full opacity. Click on the add button. Now you can see in the layer dialog box a rectangular white box is visible next to the bird thumbnail. So select this. This is basically mask that we have just added. Now I will come to the bird image and I will click on brush tool here. So you can see that brush is quite small in size. So first of all, increase by clicking on the right rectangular bracket, and it will increase the brush size. So now you can quickly start removing the background of the bird. One more thing, you just ensure before applying the brush tool that foreground color should be black only. So if you feel like zooming it, then you can increase the size of the image. So I have doubled the size of the bird. You can increase or decrease the brush size according to the area from where you are trying to remove the background. So I am quickly going around the boundary of the bird and I am trying to remove the background. So here we have done one mistake, that bird portion is removed mistakenly. So what we can do, we can switch between black and white. Now the foreground color is white. So now if I will again try to apply the brush tool on this area, it will retrieve back the bird image. Again switch back to the black foreground color and try to finish the selection. So just move around the boundary. So we have roughly selected the bird image that we require. So in order to remove this orange color from the beak, you need to reduce the brush size like this. So almost we have done with. Let us see after reducing whether we have achieved the required selection or not. So remove all the unwanted area So you can move left or right from the horizontal or vertical scroll. And again we are trying to give a finishing. So if you are done with this selection, then the remaining part is where you want to copy this or you want to move this bird image. So for this purpose, we will make use of fuzzy tool. So you can see that it has selected some part of the background. I am choosing the selection mode to add to the current selection from the tools option. Keep on clicking on the background, it will keep on adding to the previous selection. Or you can increase the threshold so that it quickly selects the background. So roughly we have selected. So after this, what you can do, let us repeat once again. As some of the extracts are remaining, so it is causing a problem in selecting the bird image effectively. So we can see once more. So you can finish. Otherwise, if some pixel in the background is left, then it will select from the bird image also and perfect selection will not appear. So come back to the bird layer, fuzzy select, and then click on the background if it is coming properly. Almost. Or reduce the threshold value. So after doing this, do Control I, and in new file, if you want to copy this, you can copy. So whatsoever area is selected right now, it will copy that. So the selected portion from the bird is copied to this, and in case if you are not getting the proper image, again go back to the bird image and try to pick the right pixels. By doing Control Shift A, you can remove the currently drawn selection. So in this manner we can see that after finishing it properly, because currently some of the pixels are still left which are in the background, so we can further improve the selection further by brush tool application like this. So this time it is a little bit better. We have removed some other pixels also. We are doing Control I in order to select the bird, then Control C, and then come to some other file like this new document, and first of all I will remove the earlier layer, and now I will do Control V to paste the bird. So you can see that the mask has been copied, but our requirement is somewhat different. So again go back to the earlier image and click on the bird thumbnail rather than the mask. So in this manner, you can pick the bird from this extracted image. So you can try it in some another image also, and we have one more tool to practice with. For that we are going to apply another image, that is another bird image. Open it. So basically layer mask is generally required in order to extract some portion of the image. So for learning the path tool, we are going to apply on this bird image. So go to the GIMP toolbox or choose the path tool by the shortcut B and try to draw a path around the wing. So you can see that you can control the boundary selection through this tangent. So if it is okay, you can move forward and come back to the initial point and press Ctrl and left click. So you will see a rectangular node here that will show that this path is closed now, and we can come to the path dialog box here. So it is having several options like layer. The first one is create a new path. Next one is raise this path. If you are having more than one paths in the path dialog, then you can use it for moving the sequence, raise this path or lower this path. And we are having two very important options. One is path to selection. So let us see what it will do. Click on this path to selection. So you can see that the path that we have just drawn from the image using the path tool is now converted to a selection. Now you can go to edit and you can apply a stroke. There is one option, stroke path, if you are trying to apply this stroke to the path. But we have just converted it into a selection. So click on the another option, that is stroke selection. And by choosing the default options like solid color, line width is 6 pixel. If you want to increase, you can increase. And then click on stroke. But one thing is there, currently the foreground color is black. So it will be difficult for you to visualize the difference. So I am changing first of all the color, and then again we will try to apply the stroke. In earlier sessions also we have seen the stroke path option or stroke selection option. So in this manner we have applied a stroke to the selection. Another is you can fill it with some color using the bucket fill tool from the GIMP toolbox. So if you want to apply some other color, first change the color. So now the foreground color is blue, and click inside this selection. You are seeing that it is not applying it fully. So come to the tools option and in the affected area, pick the radio button, fill whole selection. Now click once inside this and the complete area inside the currently drawn selection will be filled. So in this manner we can create paths in GIMP and we can fill them or we can apply a stroke. After doing this, Ctrl Shift A in order to remove this selection. Now again, if you want to select some other path, you can create a path from the background also. Let us see, in this manner we have created a path. At the end, press Ctrl click. So a new path is visible right now. From any of the nodes you can edit your path like this. If you find that you need to change the shape, you can do it from the nodes. So after finishing it, as I said, you can also directly apply the stroke to a path. So I am keeping all the options default. Click on stroke and you can see that a new path has been added. Now see the change in the path dialog. We are having path 1 that has been created from the wings of the bird and path 2 that is shown in the background. So in this manner, we have seen that path tool is very useful in order to create a shape or in order to select something from the image. We can also apply a layer mask here on the layer. So right click on it, again add the layer mask, and instead of white or full opacity, we will choose the radio button, that is selection. Click on add and accept the path, rest of the things will be removed. Just go back by pressing Ctrl Z. So here is the layer. So you are unable to see the desired effect. So the reason behind that is the foreground color is blue right now and it should be black, totally black. So change it. We will again apply this. Fine. So add a layer mask. From selection, add. So these are all the various options that we can apply on a particular path in order to make use of different paths for different purposes. In this session, we have tried to apply the first thing, that is layer mask. Again, layer mask is useful when we are hoping for extracting the particular portion or image area after removing the background. So background of different images can be removed easily by working with layer mask. And secondly, we have covered the path tool. Path tool is one of the miscellaneous tool which can be utilized for creating a path, and we can modify the path also, and we can apply the bucket tool or stroke to a particular path. Thank you.